I am a crocheter, and I am just going to let the universe decide what I make next. I suffer from indecisiveness and Pinterest paralysis, where I have so many things on my Pinterest board and I honestly don't know what to make next. And so I honestly just like sit there and it all just kind of like builds up my board, and then I never end up making any of it. And so I am just gonna kind of, I don't know, make progress and tackle through my Pinterest board and kind of just try to do a project a week. And so I printed out just a bunch of different things that I had on my Pinterest board that are like my top items to make. And when I say top, there's like 25. And so I'm just gonna kind of go through, fold them up, put them in a box, and then just, I don't know, shuffle the box around, shuffle the little cards around, and then just pick one out. And then that's gonna be the project that I'm working on for the week. So this is part 1 of that series, and I'm very excited. I think it'll be very fun and just a nice way to, I don't know, to start making things and not feel like I'm constantly indecisive about things. So this should be fun. Okay, so now that I've had time to fold up all of the different Pinterest inspiration little photos, now I'm just gonna kind of swirl these around and then just pick one out and see what the universe is wanting me to make. So, okay, this is cute. This is like a 1970s little summer top. Cute, I'm excited. This honestly doesn't seem too crazy. Yeah, I think it should be pretty good. So I'm looking right now on my laptop, and this is apparently a lilac camisole. I'm sure I could just use any color of yarn. It says that, okay, also just be mindful that this is from like the 1970s, so I'm sure that the yarn brand might not be like the exact same. Okay, cotton crepe, 4 10-ounce skeins. It says that I should probably need 7 skeins for the size that I'm going to make. I'm going to make this in a small, which is a 1970s 8 to 10. I think in the 70s everything was much smaller. That's why it's a 9 to 10. And okay, it says that I'm gonna use a size G crochet hook. My crochet hooks aren't, I don't know, let me find one. They're not labeled G or A or any of those. It is all in millimeters. So I need to see what G is in millimeters. Okay, a G is a 4 millimeter in size. And so I just need to find a yarn that's like, I don't know, a 4 millimeter size crochet hook, and then I'll probably just use a 4 crochet hook. It just says that to make sure that the gauge is 9 double crochets is 2 inches and 7 rows are 3 inches. And so you can just kind of use that gauge. Honestly, I feel like I might just be quick with this and not do the gauge, but I don't want that to like mess me up. If you typically do gauges, definitely do a gauge. But let's see. I'm excited. This should be super fun. The directions are pretty straightforward. They are all very like straightforward, I guess. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's all just in one line. My mind doesn't really work like that, so I'm going to write this out on a piece of paper and kind of just go through it systematically like that, like row by row by row. I'm also noticing that it also says like row 5, repeat row 2, row 6, repeat row 3. And so if I just write it out, then I can kind of just reference back rather than having to like read through this, because that is honestly chaos to me. I think that like reading a crochet, like, what are these called? What are they called? Not like a recipe. Oh my God. crochet pattern. Okay, so I feel like reading a crochet pattern is honestly like reading a completely different language, and so I'm gonna write it out in a way that makes sense for me and then kind of just go from there. So yeah, let's get started. Let's make this super fun. I'm excited. Okay, so I'm going to use this Mega Ball in this really pretty pale pink color that I already have. I found this pattern on Etsy, and honestly it's pretty straightforward. I didn't really understand or at least visualize what I was making until I finished the bodice. And then once I finished the bodice, I moved on to the neck shaping, and that really helped me get an understanding of which direction I was working on. And then once I finished the neck shaping, I moved on to the peplum. You can see it's starting to come together. It's super cute. And then once I worked on the peplum, then I went on to the edging, and I worked on the straps. Then I worked on some of the finishing touches, and this is the final product. So I just finished this. It honestly came out super cute. I need to tie in a lot of the tails, but honestly, it's pretty much done. I think if I would go back and redo it, I would do the colors or I would do different colors. That way, I don't know, I feel like there's so many different little details in here that kind of just get missed all in a thick chunky yarn and it all being the same color. So I think I would go back and redo it a little bit different. But honestly, it was pretty quick. I feel like it maybe took me, I don't know, 10 hours altogether, and that's me watching TV, taking my time, rereading things. If I knowing that I've made it already, if I went back and redid it, it would probably take me maybe I don't know, 6 hours, 5 hours. So I feel like I could do it really quickly, but I would definitely play with different colors. That way it feels a little bit more fun and different. I'm definitely going to tie in all the little tails, and then I'm going to probably style it. That way you can see the finished product. I might block it. If I decide to, I'll let you know. I think the peplum, sorry, my pajama pants, but I think the peplum is super cute. It's subtle. It's not as dramatic as I thought it would be, but I don't know. I think maybe a blocking will help with that as well. So we'll see. I think also depending on how you style it, how you layer it, it might be a little bit more dramatic, but I honestly really like it. I was a little nervous that the sizing actually wasn't gonna fit, but I think it's super cute, and I'm just really happy that I made it. I think the universe had a really good decision for me, and honestly chose a really good pattern, so cute. I'll show you what it looks like when it's styled.